So let's talk a little bit about cubes. And if you have watched the longer videos which we have been made a few months ago, we know that we have a horizon, and if we are speaking about 2 points perspective, it's about 2 points which are called vanishing points. And let's see, we have a cube with vanishing points, right? And that's it. That's the perspective. A lot of times I am asked about what if our cube is too big and the vanishing points aren't situated in our paper. What we are doing then? What is the procedure we can do to learn to draw some cubes without vanishing point, without to have the vanishing point on the surface of the paper? And my answer is that we can learn that making in one way. So we can start with the with the middle line, which is the most in front of us, and we will start with the other two lines. The one will go in that direction, and the other one will go in the other direction, which will be this direction, right? And as you can see, I use a graphite pencil because if I mess up, I need to erase. Alright, so this is the first two steps we do. The first step, so we start with the first edge, which is closer to us. Then we go second with the two other edges, right? So to make the other part of the cube, we start making the upper side of the cube. So I will erase a little bit so I have a more precise line, and I start the other line. And a lot of times you just see that someone comes and drags the line, and it's good, it's not good, it's not a question. He just does a perfect line, and so it is. And you wonder how does he this line, how he thinks about this line that it's good, how he drags that line. So if you are thinking about coming back to our first drawing, if you think about these lines which are going in that direction till this point, they are going to meet somewhere in the background, on the horizon, and maybe it's outside of your paper, yes? But they will meet, which means that this edge is the longest edge, and this edge is smaller than this one. So if we write here, this edge is edge 1, and this is edge 2, and this is edge 3, then edge 1 is the biggest, edge 2 is smaller than edge 1. And also edge 3 will be smaller than edge 1. So what we are doing, we can do the next thing. We can take our pencil and put it on the edge which we have done already, and we are going to go over the top, right? And we will make it a little bit closer, so it will come like this, right? I take the pencil, I go up, and I turn it a little bit down, right? just a touch, just a small touch, not too much. Right? If we are going to incline too much, then it will be, our cube will be distorted. So if we are going to go like this, and this is our position, I will go down just a little touch, like that. And I will drag my line over that point, right? I will do the same thing on the other part. So I will take my pencil, I will go up, right? Without moving my pencil, just moving it up, right? And this is the point in which it goes, like that. Right, once more, it is. And I will go a little bit closer, and it will come like this. Right? It shows that it's right, okay? Now I will draw the depth of the cube. Maybe it's a longer cube, maybe it's a rectangle, so we can make a rectangle. Let's make a rectangle. So this part, it will be a little bit smaller than a square, right? And I will do the same thing from here and from there. This line will be here, but it will be turned a little bit down. So I take my pencil, I put my pencil there, it will go right there, right? I will do once more, so I'm sure about that. Right, it's a little bit down, like this. So I correct my drawing if it's needed, right? And I will go a little bit less lower, right? It will come like this. Right? The same thing I do with the other part. This will come like this, right? Right here. I do once more, so I'm not misleading my drawing. Yes, it's that. So I will go a little bit lower than that. Alright. And this is it. We have a nice cube. And it has all his parts right where it needs. Alright? And we can do the same thing with the other part which we don't see. Here we need to guess a little bit, but you can do the same thing. It will come like there. As you can see, I'm not pushing too hard my pencil, so I don't mess up the drawing. I can easily erase if it's needed. I do the same thing. It goes a little bit down. It will be kind of here. Alright. And if I join this point and this point, and it's a perfectly vertical line, then my cube is correctly done. Right? Okay. So this is the first thing you can do. This is the first technique you can do to make a good cube, right? And so we have a nice cube. We need to work a little bit more, so I will just make a a value for one of the faces, so it feels that it's a cube. Right? Let's make in another direction once more. I'm not too careful about it. It's just a demonstration, and those lines which you don't need, we are cleaning up. Right? We are cleaning up those lines which were helping us to construct that nice cube. Alright? So this is the first technique you can use. So when you don't have the vanishing point in your drawing surface on your paper. Right? Let's make this a little bit darker, so right. Okay, next video you will get the next technique. This is one of them, and in the next video you will get the next one. I'm cleaning a little bit more, so it's nicely done. Right? It's important. We had this direction, right, and we had the other direction. Right. Let's clean a little bit up, and it's done. Alright. Okay, wish you all the best. Goodbye.